players have for this club. And I know you guys have a lot of passion for this club. Can you tell me a little bit about what you love about Luton Town Football Club?
It's just been part of this town's history, going back to the beginning of last century. You know, the whole town, there's been lots of industry in this town, there's been lots of work in this town, but the central thing, the glue that's held this town together over all of the last 100 years and into this century is the community feel that the club has, the passion it has for the people, and the passion the people have for the club. When they see players run out on that Kenilworth Road pitch with the Luton Town crest on that shirt, you just know it's a big lump in your throat. The hairs on the back of your neck go up. It's something special, and the players throughout the years have been so proud to wear that badge.
Yeah, I think that's right. I mean, it's a town where people came for work. I mean, you know, after the hat trade with all the engineering, people came from all over the country, all over the world. And as Nigel says, football was the common denominator. You know, everybody got behind the team, and you got a second, third generation were passionate Lutonians. And I think the passion was never better illustrated when this man led us out at Wembley in 2009. I've never felt an atmosphere in a ground like that in my life. It's unbelievable. It was us against the world, basically.
Well, my passion for the football club began when I signed for the club in the early 80s. I came into a team that was full of international footballers, Mal Donaghy, Steve Foster, Brian Steen, Ricky Hill, to name but a few, some really good promising youngsters. And like Nigel said, they did that little bit of glue, and myself, Steve Foster, Peter Nicholas glued it together, and we had a successful era over those years. And I was fortunate enough through Luton Town Football Club to make my international appearance, and I mean, I thank Luton Town for that. I thank Luton Town supporters for that, because they're the ones who gave me the support and they got behind me, and they've stayed loyal to me ever since. And I have a great affinity for the football club, more so for the fans. The glue we're talking about is my son, who's now 32, William. He was born in Luton Dunster Hospital, so I'm more of a Lutonian now than my original. I've been down here longer than I lived in my original town, which was Sunderland, and Sunderland is my team, as everyone knows, and I'm hoping they get promoted along with Luton Town. So it's been a massive part of my life, being part of Luton Town Football Club and the community.
And you got us up.
Yeah. Well, there was a lot of help from a lot of other people. I was at the helm, obviously, but you know, before we got promoted, there was some kind of structure in there, and I think Nathan Jones has to take a lot of credit for it, and his staff. And obviously, I worked with Nathan for 3 years, and so I'll give Nathan some credit. Obviously, I was at the helm to get us over the line, and I was supported by a great set of staff. And again, supported by magnificent fans that travelled the country. I mean, the games we've played away, the support we've had has just been immense.
Yeah, one thing that I was thinking about on the way down, the commonality between now and the team that Mick's talking about in the 80s when he was playing, is the characters in the team, the strength that the players that are the more experienced players, the boss players really. The Alan McCormacks, the Alan Sheehan's, people like that, you know, they've been there, got the t-shirt, and you can see the kids in the team are looking up to them, and there's that massive team spirit. You can see it, you can feel it. And I think that's something that all successful teams need. You agree with that, Mick?
Absolutely. There is a good camaraderie around there. There's a good spirit amongst the lads. They're a real good group, and there's a comparison there. You know, we had a leader in Steve Foster, I think, and one or two others, Brian Steen, Ricky Hill, Les Seeley, all good strong people in the dressing room. And we have that at this time. You know, our captain is Alan Sheehan, and he leads from the front, and he's got lots and lots of allies who pull people into rank when things are not right or things are not done properly. They're trained, and the position we're in at the moment, in my opinion, is testament to the way they work on the training ground. The way they work on the training ground, the way they come into training every day, and they set about training like they want to get promoted, and it's been achieved.
And no bad apples. Everybody's putting on the same end of the road.
Very true. Very true. Yeah.
One of the things I love about Luton Town Football Club is all the community support that the club gives to the community, and I love Save Our Town and watching what happened with Power Court. Can you guys talk a little bit about that moment when Power Court got approved and Newlands Park got approved? I mean, I was in California and I had tears. I can't imagine how you felt knowing everything you worked for, and the football club knowing we're going to get our stadium.
Absolutely. You know, we were a group of volunteers, Save Our Town, and we felt so strongly and passionately about what 2020 developments were doing, what the club was doing. We just decided to get together, form a committee, form a group, and get out there and talk to the people of this town about what the football club were doing for it. This is not just another planning application for another building. This is something that's going to bring 10,000 jobs to the town. It's going to bring £250 million economy. And as a group, we just felt we had to get out there on the streets with leaflets. We had committee meetings with different people all over the town. We met community groups, and we just care. We are all Lutoners on the committee. We were all born in Luton. We all, some of us are still here, or just outside. Lutonian, should I say, not Lutoners. But it's just a real passion, a real passion, and big supporters of the club. We recognised what the club were doing, and we felt we just had to do our bit to help get it across the line. And that night, or both those 2 nights that you were watching on Facebook, we were there. Andy and I were both
Massively emotional.
It was, yeah, massively emotional. It was history being made.
Yeah,
it's absolute history in this town being made. And you know, it's not just the fact that we've been promoted this season. We've had these 2 massive planning applications approved. Everything is going for this town at the moment. Everything. This is a massively historical year for this club.
Yeah, it was a once in a lifetime opportunity. I mean, literally. There's never been anything this big, and it's not just about football. It's the thing going on at Junction 10 is high end. There's not lots of mixed uses, but everything's high end. So it's 5-star hotel, high end retail, prestige office, the sort of stuff that people are going to have their international headquarters at. So it's taking that, even that in itself tells you something about taking the place up market. Let's just improve stuff. But the other thing is, it's a catalyst. So everything has to start somewhere. And the football stadium and Junction 10 is a catalyst. Where there's money, where people are out at night and enjoying themselves, and there's people spending money, there's going to be more investment and more investment and more investment. But it has to start somewhere. And that's what the 2020 developments thing is going to do outside of this fantastic new stadium, which incidentally, we've been waiting over 60 years.
Absolutely. I've been waiting 50 years for it.
We interviewed a guy called Ron Bainham a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, great goalkeeper.
Fantastic goalkeeper, England goalkeeper, FA Cup final goalkeeper, and he remembers when he was playing in the 50s, they were going to looking to build a new ground even then at Chorley End and then at Bluesy Farm and so on. So that's how far it goes back, and these guys, even those guys can remember that. These are good players, and very much part of the history of the club.
But for Mick to deliver promotion at the same time as the planning approvals, it couldn't get any better.
We're going to be champions tomorrow. Promotion.
Well, we're hoping so. We've prepared the team that way, but just to reiterate what the guys have said, it's back-to-back promotions, and we've had 2 promotions in the last 12 months. Is an amazing victory, but there's no bigger victory than getting planning permission for the football club. And 2020, Gary Sweet and those guys have achieved something which no one ever thought they would do, and actually to achieve what they wanted with the club in the town centre. The regeneration of the Luton town centre is going to be massive for everyone connected to the Luton Town Football Club. So promotions are absolutely so great, but this victory in the planning application is bigger than anything that's happened to the club probably in its history.
Yeah, this town owes Gary Sweet and that consortium something they can never repay. Actually, he should certainly be able to take his sheep over the Wardour Park Bridge. I think, don't you? No, seriously, I mean, nobody's achieved anything like what these guys have achieved in my lifetime.
And do you know something else, Diane? All of the people in this club, from the chairman down, are approachable. The fans can approach them, the fans can talk to them, same with the manager. You can talk to the manager. You know, a lot of clubs...
Not all the time.
Yeah.
I'm off now.
Yeah. Most fans. But you know, how great is that?
Yes.
That you know, they're a club of the people, and you know, they embrace the people, and they will talk to the people.
Massive community team. Yeah.
How old were you when you started playing for Luton Town?
Cool.
Don't lie.
That is. I'd be 24, 25, around about that age.
Pretty young.
Came to Birmingham, yeah. And they didn't like me at first. They started
I saw you playing against Birmingham and you scored 2 in a really horrible day.
Yeah.
And there's only about me and 2 others that went up to Birmingham to watch, but you notched 2 against Birmingham, your old team.
I was early 20s, and Luton Town was brilliant for me, absolutely brilliant for me. And I had a great time there. I had 2 spells here, and it was. People said to me, "What is the best club you ever played for?" And without a shadow of a doubt, it was Luton Town.
When you played for Luton Town, did you ever imagine that you would be here today getting ready to lead your team to possibly the championship, you know, I mean, to be champions tomorrow and to the championship next year?
No, not at all. I mean, I've always had a passion for football. I have a passion for Luton Town. I have a passion for my team, Sunderland. It's something which you never ever think of. I always thought I'd be involved in football ever since I started to play professional football. Then I left and I got involved in coaching through Joe Kinnear down at Wimbledon, and I thought, well, this is a good life, and I thought I would always have a career in football. But the way it's turned out, the way it's all transpired in terms of 10 years ago what happened and what happens now, it's a story you couldn't write, in my opinion.
You're quite right, because you had the balls to take it on then, and you had the balls to take it on in January. I mean, and then to walk out of here with the championship side and maybe champions, it's just phenomenal.
Not maybe champions. We're going to be champions tomorrow.
Well, we hope so.
6,000 miles.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it tomorrow.
This year, I wanted to ask you one more question about this season.
Yeah.
Was there a game or a moment when you kind of had this feeling like, we're going to do it? This is real. We are there. This team is going to be promoted.
Me personally, I knew the players very well because I was part of the recruitment process in terms of bringing the players to the football club. I knew them very well, but I didn't really get to know them properly because you spend time and day after day coaching with them, eating with them, drinking with them, socialising with them, and doing everything with them, which you do. You spend most of your life with them when you become the manager. I didn't realise what a real good group we were in terms of the camaraderie, the spirit, and I found out that they were. But the game when I thought, oh, we've got a chance now, was when we played Portsmouth at home.
In the snow and destroyed them.
In the snow, and it was probably the best performance I've seen from the team. I mean, one half in the first half I've seen from the team in a long period, and that's the stat. That's what we said to them. You set your standards. That's the way we have to play till the end of the season. Obviously, there's ups and downs in football, but that evening was I thought, oh, we've got a chance here.
Extraordinary performance on a pitch where the ball was picking snow up when it stopped rolling. And we were playing sublime football on a, well, it wasn't quite a mud bath, but it was pretty good. Extraordinary football. Yeah,
So, another question I wanted to ask you. When you're down there on the pitch and the game's going and the fans are making their, can you hear them? Does it lift up the team? I mean, because I've been out there and I've heard the singing and it gives me chills. It's amazing. But when you're there, what is it? Can you hear that? What is that, the support from the fans mean to the team?
It means everything, absolutely everything. I mean, I say an instance when we played at Bristol Rovers away this season, and we were 2-0 up, and they scored a goal, and just before half time, and all the fans were down at one end, right where we were defending, and they helped the lads get over the line 100% locally. The support they give them, and we were defending that end, we come under pressure a little bit. and I was stood next to the fans, and I always say that day was that day when we got a victory down there, 2-1, and they definitely had an impact on that game, 100%. So yes, I would say, yeah, the fans are a massive help. You know, they are a great help to the club and the players.
How does that feel, guys, to know when you're there and you're cheering your team on, you're really helping them?
Yeah, I mean, it's the atmosphere at Luton is legendary, really, and it's that sort of ground, and the new ground is going to have similar characteristics, so you retain that sort of atmosphere. You know what I hope tomorrow? I hope the players tomorrow realise that, we were talking about Ron Bainham earlier on, legend in the club. You look back at the teams that have won the 4th Division title, the 2nd Division title as they were then. They're standing on the shoulders of giants, these guys, tomorrow. They really are. And, you know, they won't probably be too conscious of that now. But when they pack up retiring, when they've got their own kids and their grandchildren, this is their legacy. That's massive.
And tomorrow you wait to hear the Kenny Roar, the famous Kenny Roar. You'll have heard it before because you've been playing, but tomorrow, being the big one, you wait till the team and Mick comes out of the tunnel. It's massive. It will be, and it's known as the Kenny Roar.
And have you saved Luton Town? You know, save our town. Is the town now saved?
It's always going to be a work in progress, isn't it?
Yes.
So you continue your work.
Yes.
You know, we've
Very
got
good.
so far with promotion and the great, you know, feel good factor right throughout the
Don't forget, we're
system.
waiting for the judicial review to time itself out as well.
Yep.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, it
It's not
should
going to be a
do.
problem.
And it's going to get messy.
But beyond that, we've been asked by many community groups in the town to continue with our work, and we're talking to the Luton Town Football Club ladies team at the moment.
Brilliant,
They
that's
need
good.
some support. They've just been relegated, unfortunately, but Mick's going to give them a hand, I've been told.
Nigel's after the game.
It's going to be a recruitment for them.
Or Mick's son is actually. Mick's son is the ideal man for the job. But no, we're going to be looking at sports for women, sports for the minorities, and we're also going to be looking at art within the town. There's a huge art community in this town.
Oops. Last question. We got one more to go. Well, maybe not.
Yeah,
I think we're there. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for everything.
Can you get a picture of me with them?
Sure.